Hi Aries, here's a general look at your solar chart for June 2011. Now I think this is going to be quite a busy, sociable time over the month. You'll probably be feeling quite stretched and maybe a little bit scattered at times. Maybe wanting to get your head around things, new influences around, the energies highlight siblings or soul brothers and sisters. So there may be a need for you to learn something or to communicate clearly or to do more speaking and writing. That's particularly from the 3rd onwards. Just be ready to adapt to a changing environment. Maybe you'll be gathering information, exchanging ideas with others as you go forwards, shaking hands with some new people or just, fleeting kind of meetings. Maybe be important for you to present yourself and your ideas in the best way you can to bring others round to your way of thinking. Now, this is far more likely negotiation sort of situations, but also just persuading somebody. That is more likely to be easier from the 10th onwards when Venus goes into your communication sector. Great time for ironing out difficulties with others or smoothing out, any conflicts. And you will be maybe, feeling more mentally positive from the 10th onwards. But your mind is likely to be on stuff, particularly in the first part of the month, say the first 11 days, material objects, material stuff, basic lines of supply, things from the garden maybe, food, drink, but it can also be money, equipment, machinery. So anything like that could be on your mind, or maybe you're building something, you're making something, and maybe as well another way it can work is that you could be teaming up with somebody who is helping you, or somebody who's just enjoying a nice sort of environment or the fruits of your labors or wherever you are at the moment with you, and really appreciating the quality of what you have around you. Anyway, in the first part of the month, more of an eye on the money side of things, or on the resources side of things, basic material stuff. But thereafter, particularly from the 11th, it's a far more changing environment, maybe enjoying the sights and sounds around you, more comings and goings, travel, just the environment is likely to be more stimulating and interesting. So now Mars, your ruling planet, up until the 11th is giving you the push to take the initiative with all of those things, maybe doing some DIY, maybe sorting out your space inside or outside somewhere, but looking at how you can make things better. Anyway, physical energy probably would be going into that, planting seeds, whether they're seeds to grow stuff or whether they're sort of seeds of ideas, or having seeds planted in your mind as well, but putting physical effort into all of that, and perhaps looking to capitalize upon certain assets, maybe acquiring certain material objects as well, and that's more likely in the first 10 days. And then the big event this month really is Jupiter. Now Jupiter transits out of your sign on June the 5th and goes into Taurus, the next sign. In general, this is a good omen for you to make improvements regarding all of that basic stuff over the next 12 months. So finances, property, assets that you can really use to get the most out of, whether it's to do with Mother Nature or whether it's to do with equipment or furniture or your own talents. So this is, as I say, a beneficial influence in these areas. But the thing about Jupiter is that it's a teacher planet. So if you meet the vibrational criteria of Jupiter, and in fact this goes for all of the planets, then it's likely to render more to you during this transit. So if you know you can learn and expand your world, and also share your knowledge through expanding your world, or share your experience through expanding your world, then the Jupiter vibration will really deliver. Also, you putting past experience and knowledge that you already have under your belt to work in a more lucrative, resourceful kind of a way. So this is going to be a cycle for you to reach for better things related to all of that basic stuff. Material security, objects, what you can grow, what you can, resources that you can gather into you. Property, bigger things like property as well. And the way you earn your money, very importantly, the way you earn your money and other lines of supply. So this is a time when you can maximize maybe your earning power, and also improve things regarding those other resources, equipment. It could even be a better venue that you've got access to, or you extend your space as well. All of that's likely to flow more easily towards you over the coming 12 months period. Now, Arians born in the first week, or those with the first 6 degrees of Aries rising, will feel this influence mostly over June. And Saturn continues to test you through close alliances, putting more of a burden on your shoulders at times, testing your patience at times, but also helping you to build seriously useful connections, or a more realistic dynamic between you and someone, putting your cards on the table about it maybe. It can be a bit heavy going at times with certain people. It's others in working or personal relationships that kind of pile on the pressure, or maybe certain others have a higher expectation of you than you are willing or able to deliver, and that also can be a bit of a pain. Underlying these outward manifestations, the vibrational criteria of Saturn is actually about boundaries and knowing quite where to draw that line in the sand. The idea behind this transit is helping you to find the right balance in your close working or personal relationships. What are their needs and requirements? What are my needs and requirements? But Saturn works quite well in a kind of a working, formal sort of a way. It's not too good. It's not too comfortable in sort of touchy-feely, really close love relationships. That's where it can get all kind of snarled and tangled up with the emotions. So this transit of Saturn is going to help you to find that balance, and when you look back over your shoulder down the line, maybe you will realize that you've reaped rewards through experience, of course, but in other ways. Now, this could be the tipping point, this transit, in certain relationships where you realize you just can't hack it anymore. Wherever Saturn goes, it kind of throws a spanner in the works, and if there is a hairline fracture, which is a weakness in the structure of something, and in this case it's relationships, that will just start to crack even more, and you won't be able to paper over that crack. Also, another way, completely the opposite way this can be working with this transit of Saturn, is that there is an obvious lack in your life of a long-term relationship, and you get more acutely aware of missing that. You feel that more. You're seeking a long-term commitment with someone who's more your style. And as a matter of fact, this Saturn transit can really help you to find that person, if you are, as I say, persevering and keep plugging away at it, and make sure that you are realistic about putting yourself in the sort of environments where somebody can actually find you. Now, Uranus entered your sign on March the 11th, this very electrical, buzzy, fast-paced energy, and it's going to be there for many years. And during this time, the winds of deep transformative change will be altering you and your world. And because this energy is very kind of jerky, it really sort of volatile, high octane sort of energy, when it makes connections, with your natal chart, you'll have to be ultra flexible and open-minded as you adapt to conditions. Maybe on the face of it didn't look too good, but this is nature's way. It's like the winds that blow the leaves from trees or uproot trees even. It kind of changes things. It recontours things. It frees you up. Some of you may get the idea, crazy idea in your mind that you want to change the color of your hair, or you want to go on a health and diet regime, or you want to take off to the other side of the world. It can be really sudden, the action of Uranus. And also feeling a bit rebellious as well, because this is the planet of non-conformity. So you could be raising a few eyebrows along the way and start behaving in a way which is others who know you are not used to, because this is the spirit of revolution shaking up your life, and experimentation as well. Sort of try this, try that, suck it and see. But it does facilitate evolution and is part of a significant growth process, even though it may be uncomfortable and unpredictable at times. Now, you Arians born in the first week will feel this vibration most this month, and those of you with 6 to 7 degrees of Aries rising. Also a mention of Neptune working very quietly away in a background area of your chart, sensitizing you to a subtler, more psychic, spiritual, empathic influence. But it's also very imaginative, which is good news for you arty Arians, because you can start really sort of raking in the material from dreams, from visions. But even if you're not arty, you may find your dreams and visions become more vivid and memorable, and could even, start showing you things which actually do come true. If you need to heal, or you're supporting somebody else's healing, Neptune, the planet of empathy, will help best through energy work, light healing, but also certain things in the area of herbs or homeopathy as well. It likes those sort of subtler ways of healing. And of course your own very compassionate, more selfless approach, Aries. And those of you born in the first 3 days, or with about 3 days, or with about 2 degrees of Aries rising, are going to feel this energy mostly over June. Now, the life-changing force of Pluto continues to be felt across your sign from Capricorn, you may know. Choices should be coming from a deeper place now, as the hand of destiny is at your back, gently guiding you forwards, kind of guiding you into situations where you're going to learn deep lessons, as a matter of fact. So over 2011, there's going to be an increasing urge for you to be free of outlived aspects in relationships, or outmoded professional setups, or just lifestyles, or places on the map. Many ways this can work, and in general become more the real you in what you do and how you look and how others see you. So maybe you want to change your look for that reason too. And you Arians born 24th to the 30th of March are going to feel this energy most acutely over June. And from the 22nd, some of the focus will be on the domestic side of life, or the private base of operations, and also family and neighborhood, and your community over the wires maybe as well. And that's it for June. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. It'll throw another light on what I've said here, another slant on what I've said here. And I'll see you the next time.